Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video, and I'm talking about a game I picked up at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, possibly not last year, but the year before. It's this, Resident Evil. But as you can tell from the cartridge here, this is for a Game Boy, or I guess since it's a black cartridge, a Game Boy Color, perhaps? So I'm going to be playing that in this, my Game Boy Advanced AGS 101 with a backlit screen, because this thing does play original Game Boy and Game Boy Color cartridges inside of it. So I just thought I'd give this a whirl because I've been holding off talking about Resident Evil in general, but now that I've kind of confessed in my Digital Crush series that I kind of have a thing for Jill Valentine, well, now that the truth is out there, I guess it's time to just now move on and start playing some Resident Evil games. I haven't actually tried this one out yet. I heard a bit about this cartridge. Apparently in 1999 there was a plan to bring this to the original Game Boy Color, I guess it was. And I'd be very interested to see what this looks like plugged into an original Game Boy, because again, it's the black cartridge, and I think they would work, but just not with very many shades. Anyway, so this came out or was being worked on in 1999. Capcom had decided they were going to release it along with a few others like 1942, 1941. But I think in the early 2000s, they just weren't very happy with it, and they decided to kill the project. Now, apparently they got about 80% or 90% of the way done through making the game, and that's when they pulled the plug. And about 10 years later, somebody bought a cartridge on some, I guess, eBay auction or something that had the original ROM prototype inside of it. And maybe there's actually two versions of that ROM prototype, because it sounds like in one version you could only play as Chris, and then in another version they got about 90% of the game ready to go, and I think they decided since you couldn't finish the game because the original code isn't there, they kind of cobbled together just some ending and stuck it on a cartridge. So that's what this is, I hope. I hope this is the one where you can play Jill Valentine, because as I mentioned in my Digital Crush series, I really like Jill Valentine. So let's fire this up. I haven't actually played this before, so let's give it a whirl and see what it's like playing Resident Evil for the original Game Boy Color. I have to say, first impressions, this is pretty nice looking. I don't know if you could hear it at the beginning, but it did even say Resident Evil. It was a very quiet voice, though. Anyway, let's give this a try. Alright, so we'll go new game. It's impressive it's got a load game feature, but let's give this a whirl. And is the option there for Jill? Yes, we can play Jill Valentine. Okay, totally doing that. Okay, so we have some of the intro sections there. People moving around pretty good, actually. Boy. The animation's not bad, you know, for Game Boy. Every once in a while there's like some letters that show up in the top corner. I think that's just the code that I guess it was for the development kit. Yeah, there's what it is down there, as I say. I think that's just showing the code. This is cool though, it's got music. Now, are we using tank controls? Oh, we are! Oh wow, it's actually tank controls, like original Resident Evil. Can I pull out a gun? Oh, I got something. Yeah, okay. Let's head up this way. Oh, can I look at the picture? Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, a picture of beautiful scenery. Huh. So that's pretty neat. It's very functional, except for this weird text at the bottom here. Oh, let's get over there. Yeah, this is Resident Evil. Wow. Can I do the thing? Oops. Oh wow, there we go. There's the info. Yes. Pretty. Let's go to our door. Ah. Yep, tank controls. Well, she moves not bad, you know. The classic. Yeah, let's get that gun out. Can't really make it out there, but it says use equip, so I guess I hadn't done that yet. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to be shooting this guy. It's like you have to... There we go. Did I get him? Yeah, I think that's him dead. Yeah, that's him dead. Alright. Yes, I will take the clip. So it's kind of like the B button is your action button, but then in order to like pull the trigger on the gun or whatever, then you have to slide your thumb over to A as well. A little bit weird. And if you don't mind that code running at the bottom of the screen there, it's quite playable. Okay. Now we gotta get that door. So do I have to put away my gun if I want to go through a door? Well, I guess that makes sense. Okay. It is a bit clunky, but then again, it is the original Resident Evil, so what do you expect? Come on. Oh, I don't even seem to be able to get... Oh, there we go. Okay, one more time. Oh, it even has the run feature. That's cool. So if I hold down the B button, it does actually allow Jill to run. Can I go through there? Man, it's hard to figure out with these two buttons what does what. Considering, like, this is fully fledged Resident Evil here. Well done, Barry. Alright, considering Resident Evil usually takes a while to get up to speed, what I'm going to do is just play for a little bit here, and then I'll come back and talk a bit more about it. Well, I think I've had a snag, actually. I got Jill into this room, you know, with the statue, with the map on the top of it there. Used the little box, pushed it over, got the map, that's no problem. So that's great, that's up there now, but unfortunately I don't seem to be able to save, and that's actually turning into being quite a hiccup. It should be there, I think, and assuming this game uses the same ink ribbon procedure as the standard Resident Evil games, that should be in the dining room, but I can't find the dining room nor the typewriter. So I'm not sure if I can proceed. I have gone through that room over there. I've gone in here a few times, but there is a zombie in there who's been killing me each time, and because I haven't been able to save, I have to go through the non-skippable intro, and I've done it a few times now. So maybe what I'll do is probably just finish off this review here. Couple of things worth noting. Yeah, this is Resident Evil, the original game, like complete with the controls and everything. I do like the kind of action shot and then push the other button to fire. I like that. I do like the fact that we've got our tank controls, so it is classic Resident Evil. The little code that's running at the bottom there, that hexadecimal stuff, that's fine. I'm assuming that's something to do with the fact that this is an incompleted game. But what I will say against it is, first of all, the cutscenes not being skippable, that's quite a pain in the butt. I mean, even being able to push the button to fast forward some of the dialogue would have helped. And the font is actually very hard to read, so that doesn't help things very much. And that background music is non-skippable. We are stuck with it, so you'd better get used to that tune because you're going to be hearing it a lot. Alright, let's see if I can take on this last zombie here. I do like this look, though. I mean, this is very much Resident Evil, classic Resident Evil, downported to a Game Boy Color. Really impressive. Okay, buddy, let's do it. Oh, you can even aim up and down. I didn't notice that before. That's cool. Oh yeah, another thing, this zombie that's about to come out here, I guess this is another indicator, like the code running at the bottom of the screen. The zombies, when they die, they just kind of turn into mannequins, like they don't fall on the ground or anything, so that's a little bit off-putting. Anyway, let's take this guy on. Oh no, he got me! Die. Hey, I survived that time. Cool. Yeah, you see how the zombie, he just sort of kneels, and that's about it. So, I wonder if there's a way to find the, yeah. Nope. There's got to be a way to find that ink ribbon. Maybe it's here. Ink ribbon! Yes! Okay, this game just got a lot more interesting. Anything else? No. By the way, minor spoilers. When I do Resident Evil on the Wii, this room is actually very critical to why I like that Wii version. Now, let's see. Since I can't find a typewriter, let's see if I can just save it now. No, but if I say use, what would that do? It's used with the typewriter. Okay, I'm gonna have to find the typewriter. Good. And the last option is combine. I'm not gonna try and combine it. Alright. Man, I wish I could save. Alright, I'm gonna continue to search here, but assuming not, I do have to say this is a very impressive original Resident Evil for the Game Boy Color. Like, it really feels a lot like it. And they do say that it's 90% of the game, which is pretty impressive. I mean, that's a long game to be running around and doing your stuff. I like that aim up and down feature. That's cool. Anyway, alright, so that is Resident Evil for the original Game Boy. And until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.